Celtics Heat Game 1 Eastern Conference Finals, 8:30 Eastern tonight here on ESPN. You know, it's a rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals from 2 years ago in the bubble in Orlando. Heat won this series in 6 games before losing the NBA Finals to the Lakers. This time around, the Heat will have home court advantage, and it's been a big advantage so far in their playoff run. Miami 6-0 at home, outscoring teams by 17 points per game. And the Celtics, they're coming off their best three-point shooting series in franchise history, but the Heat ranked second in the NBA in three-point defense during the regular season. Only behind is the Celtics. New here on SportsCenter. You know, both teams shot around this morning. Here are both coaches, starting with Spo.
You have two teams that take pride in that, so it should be, you know, very competitive in between the lines. And both teams do it in a way that's not over the top. It's just about doing whatever it takes to get the win.
We know is they want to get back. In my opinion, you know, they're not looking. They have one reason, is because, you know, they beat us to go to the finals 2 years ago, and we got to come with that mindset of they have that in their minds.
The thing we really talked about is not being caught off guard, the way we were a little bit against Milwaukee, going from the Brooklyn to Milwaukee series. The physicality was different, so knowing what Miami is all about, how well they're defending and how well they're playing, coming out, not being caught off guard, similar to the way we were in Game 1.
All right, NBA reporter Brian Windhorst, he joins us now live. He's in Miami. Wendy, we already know Marcus Smart's tough as nails. He's listed as questionable. But what are the C's plans if Marcus Smart can't go?
Yeah, you know, he's still sore, and the foot that he sprained in Game 7 is swollen. The Celtics are hoping he responds to treatment during the day, but when you hear something like that the morning of a game, you get a little bit worried. In the last round, he missed a game with a quad contusion, and Derek White started that game, played pretty well, especially defensively, so the Celtics do have a game plan they can go to. Good news for Boston. Robert Williams, who's not played in the last 4 games as he deals with a knee bruise, will be back and available to play and is likely to start in Game 1. But it is obviously going to be a challenge, but if Marcus Smart can't play. On the other side, Kyle Lowry is out for this game with a hamstring injury, so it's possible neither team has their starting point guard in Game 1.
So, you know, the Heat, they won their series in 6 games, so they've basically been chilling for 5 days. Boston had to win Game 6 in Milwaukee, then Game 7 back in Boston. Do they think fatigue will play a factor in Game 1?
Yeah, that's something we're going to be watching, especially early. Since the Heat last played a game, the Celtics have played 3 games in 3 different cities. So this is a significant rest difference. I think you really saw it with a guy like Al Horford, 35 years old, scored 30 points in Game 4 when he played 42 minutes. Over the last 3 games of the series against the Bucks, he only averaged 5 points. So considering the fact that the Celtics, who are already going to be down a man possibly, only usually have about a 7.5-man rotation, and that's such a huge rest and travel disadvantage, about whether that will be a factor, especially as tonight's game gets into the second half.
All right, Brian Windhorst live. Thank you.
All right, let's keep it going and say hello again to Minnesota Timberwolves guard Patrick Beverley, continuing to hang out with us here on SportsCenter. Good to see you here, Patrick. And we just heard the update on Marcus Smart from Brian Windhorst. I want you to take us next level, though. We know how good Marcus Smart is, right? Defensive Player of the Year. But take us there. What does he bring specifically to Boston as a team that makes him just so crucial to this defense?
I think it's beyond basketball. I just think that attitude, persona, the team takes up his makeup when he's there. You know, if he doesn't play, they probably take up the makeup of Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. And those are, you know, two different types of makeup. So he's key. He's key in their success. He's key in their wins. He's key in their losses. I mean, he's the Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. I hope he plays. I want to see him play. I want to see him, a type of player like this impose his will on the game, and it's going to be a fun one. Yeah,
when you say it goes beyond basketball, those are the intangibles that cannot be taught to players, and that is essentially what we're seeing there with Marcus Smart. Interesting, because they played Game 2 of the Bucks series without him, and they did win. So they know that they can get through that. These two teams, both in the Eastern Conference, of course, but only played each other 3 times during the regular season. I still don't think we've given Miami enough credit Patrick, for quietly slipping into that one spot and being so good consistently this season. What are you going to be watching the most in game one?
My biggest thing is coaching. I like to see, the tip ball, first ATO, after timeout, first ATO, what coach draws up how the other coach counters that. I think coaching plays a big part in this. And there's no discredit to the Boston Celtics coach. Coach Spo, he's been there. He's a very disciplined, very, very, very disciplined, very detailed man. And I believe that rubs out on your players as well. And you go to the coach from Boston. He's done a great job preparing them this year. Leans his hat on defense. Came up under, obviously, Pop. And you can't go wrong there. So I'm excited to see how it goes offensively and defensively. And like they said, it's going to be a defensive game, so this is my type of game.
Yeah, Ime Udoka has done an excellent job in his rookie season there in Boston, but many people do believe Spo is the best coach in all of basketball. Real quick, Jimmy Butler, he's averaging over 30 points a game. Patrick, like 6 assists, 8 rebounds, and 52% shooting. Do you think he keeps up that clip in this series?
Yeah, he's very patient. As you see the last series, he was very controlled over the whole series. He took what the defense gave him, but the game gave him offense. He took offense. If the game presented, he needed to get a stop and play defense. He did that. He's giving you buckets. If the game created it, he needs to drop dimes. He'll do that too. So I've been very, very, very impressed with Jimmy. I've been impressed with his attitude. Everyone knows he's one of the most disciplined athletes to ever play the game, and I've just been really impressed with his play.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.